miles off on my stress. You've been ignoring all my texts. It's getting harder to avoid that funny feeling in my chest. Can't help but wonder what's coming next. And I've been staying up and getting all worked up, yeah, until sunrise. Thinking about all the times you've gotten in my mind.
咁今日咧就係我哋法國巴黎 trip 咧嘅第2日啦。咁我哋咧應該最主要嘅行程啦，就係會去聖淘大教堂先啦，跟住就會去羅浮宮。而家嚟到聖淘大教堂。呢度咧係巴黎聖母院，但係因為咧之前火災嘅關係啦，所以仲未開返啦，所以就只可以喺離遠嘅距離望到佢，算係打咗個卡啦。維修中。係莎士比亞書店。哇，係羅浮宮啊！我哋而家已經到咗羅浮宮啦。咁咧，因為我哋 book 咗1點半啦，所以咧就可能我哋會入去嗰個廟師入度睇下先啦。跟住之後咧再補翻拍出面嘅畫面。咁啱咧，其實我已經錄咗一條啦，但係咧因為我好似 set 錯咗聲音嘅錄掣，所以就而家補翻一條，睇下到時用邊條啦。而家就入去個廟師入啦。原來出面即係三角形啦，係咁樣樣嘅咯，即係入面係出去係透明咁樣。而家準備入去啦。啱啱我哋入去咧，就係因為買咗個巴黎嘅Museum ticket。
trying to love, but your heart is made of stone. All my tears, they fall like rain, yet you leave me here alone. I gave you all I have inside. You pretend it's all pretend. You're empty.
好，我哋而家啱啱去完羅浮，跟住咧就去微微拱廊度。
Hurt me more or let me go. In this game, my heart will lose. Change your ways or set me loose. Hey, dancing for the day.
而家就嚟咗微微拱廊度，但係咧好似好多鋪頭都已經散咗，所以就行下就只係感受下個氣氛啦，就因為都幾靚。
Love me now or let me leave. Endless pain, it's all I know. Hurt me more.
呢度咧係我哋而家今晚準備食嘅餐廳啦，跟住咧佢呢條街咧都好多餐廳啦，再前啲都係有好幾間餐廳，而且當地人係比較多。呢個一厘嘅前菜。
I know. Hurt me more or let me go.
試下個豬背脊先。豬係幾腍嘅，好似就話係食慢煮咗係4個小時。呢個係 macaroni。
呢嚿又好食啊！
佢嗰陣松露味都幾濃下，個松露同豬嘅配搭係幾好食。呢個推介。試下呢隻蠔，我揀咗咧就係偏細少少，因為咧我本身唔係太食到蠔嘅人嚟嘅。呢個我又可以接受到，試埋第二隻先。嗰隻蠔咧食落去係冇乜嗰種蠔嘅嗰種腥味，係好鮮㗎咯，係幾好食。佢啲肉係幾彈牙，幾爽。跟住咧就嗌咗個洋葱湯。相比起琴日嗰間咧，呢間洋葱湯就係清清淡淡啲咯，但係佢啲芝士就好厚好多，係兩個唔同嘅感覺咯。個芝士真係好誇張，呢度見唔見到？食埋最後一個甜品係 cream brulee，因為而家我哋都食埋就返酒店，而家都已經10點幾啦。我覺得佢嗰啲雲呢拿子唔算話好重味咯，但係整體嚟講，我覺得呢個都係唔錯。今日咧就係喺巴黎嘅 Day 3，因為我哋 book 咗11點半啦，就去凡爾賽宮先嘅，即係佢都係比較遠啦，所以我哋要好快就要出發啦。然之後咧，我哋就會去可能食下嘢啦，定係睇下點，跟住就會去埃菲爾鐵塔度影相啦。呢架咧就係我哋啱啱搭嘅 RER。佢就係有2層㗎啦，下底1層，跟住咧上高又有1層。呢張就係 RER 嗰張飛啦，跟住咧啱啱坐地鐵嘅時候已經包埋㗎啦。凡爾賽宮 呢個位置就係凡爾賽宮，不過我比較遠嘅距離啦，因為想影到大約幾大。而家啲天氣都係比較偏凍，因為我着嘅一條薄嘅裙啦，同一件西裝褸。西裝褸嘅出場率都幾高，真係有啲幾凍。我睇下之後我可唔可以寫翻個溫度俾大家睇下，作為參考。我見到人哋呢都係着啲羽絨啊，即係比較偏厚啊或者羽絨嘅衫。哇！已經到咗凡爾賽宮啦，啱啱入咗去啦已經。唔係，即係去安檢嗰度，好長龍啊！我哋而家係等11點半。中意凡爾賽宮，即係呢啲畫作咧。好似係 dining room， 唔知點解對住啲花嘅話就情有獨鍾。啱啱去完鏡廊嗰度啦，然後仲有即係呢個都係皇宮嚟㗎嘛，跟住其他嘅畫好靚啊！你望下。但係我應該係最中意係嗰種人像啊、貴族啊嗰種題材嘅畫，嗰種即係啲皮膚粉粉嫩嫩啊嗰種感覺，同埋即係我唔知究竟佢哋係點樣呢？係點樣可以咁大幅畫呢？可以度到個比例去做到，即係我覺得好難咯！即係咁大幅畫嘅話，可能但係如果你每次睇嘅話，你就可能走到好遠，係咪咁樣？真係覺得好神嗰種嘅。啲人係點樣？本身呢，就諗住去埋呢個凡爾賽宮嘅一個花園啦，但係因為而家落雨嘅關係，真係都算大雨，所以應該好難影到相，或者係應該真係好多水凼咁樣。咁我可能就唔去啦，咁淨係喺呢度而家 selfie 一下，就係咁。啱啱咧，我哋就嚟咗熱門影巴黎鐵塔其中一個地方嘅位置啦。但係因為今日咧有啲不停持續落雨啊，所以咧就而 家就算係咁樣合照咗之後，我哋揾一日好啲嘅天氣再影。
Why you hate me?
有好多人影婚紗相。
Because of all of the lies, and you don't need to disguise your face, your face. I just want you to know that I am rooting for you. It's okay, it's okay.
而家我哋就嚟咗一間叫佛泰嘅越南餐廳度食嘢，跟住我咧就叫咗一個沙茶嘅，好似好吸引咁。呢個好似好出名，係好似法國唔知乜嘢軍人總之退役咗之後就過嚟整咗呢間。係辣辣地啦，同埋個沙茶味都幾重下喎。係咯，唔知係咪形容 creamy 咯，但係總之就係個好順滑嗰啲湯底。我最中意佢個湯底，佢係幾濃郁。呢個係越南嘅春卷。
如果有嘅真係
幾好食喎！我覺得個春卷幾好食，好脆咯。如果你話係咪好推介呢間咧？我覺得係，如果你住喺13區，因為我今次嘅酒店係住喺13區嘅話，我會過嚟食咯。但係又唔需要話好特登過嚟。但係我覺得如果我嚟呢間咧，我就會我會選擇叫沙茶，因為我係偏向中意濃味啲嘅。